this grey colour. It's not exactly perfect, and it's obviously all stained and stuff. So we've got some carpet cleaner and we've got some carpet dye. So we're going to take the seats out. Going to try and avoid taking the dash out because it obviously goes all underneath the dash. I haven't got enough time to take the whole dash out, but for everything that you can see, obviously I'm going to try and work it up into that, and then basically try and do that as best we can. I'll take all these trim plastics off, like the football plastics and stuff like that, but take the seats out and then do some dyeing of the carpet. I try to do a repair, and as you can see, didn't really go too well. The paint on the rear bumper is obviously not been painted very well, as we already knew, but the tape I used just pulled off the paint, which is fantastic. And as you can see, also the very obvious colour difference. So we're going to need to sand that back and try and get that to match. So that's the plans. Pair of gloves and a nice scraper. So we're going to keep all the bolts in a nice safe place so I don't lose them, because I'm pretty good at losing bolts. I have no idea what I'm doing with the majority of things like this. Fixing a car and fitting parts and stuff, I'm great, but when it comes to doing stuff like this, it's kind of a learning curve for me as well, so we'll see how it goes. Bench, I just took it out, and there's a bit of crap under here, but we did find, which is pretty cool. Let me just grab it. Found some real Japanese quench, so it's not bad. And apparently it's bad luck if you remove those from an import car, so you keep them in there. I'm not superstitious, but we're going to keep with the tradition. So, right, let's take out this driver's seat. I'm hoping I've got enough space on this side to take this out, because otherwise I'm going to have to take it out the passenger side, which I'll be honest, I think passenger side's easiest. Slide it across. Oh, I've got to get my face stuck. As you can see, this is a really delicate operation. So we have, or pretty sure I did hoover this out when I put the new seats in, but also you can see where the old RX-8 seat was mounted. You've got a hole there, which I need to sort that out at some point. And for some reason they welded that. I don't really know what they've done, but the seat bolt's in absolutely fine. So I don't know what it is that they did to that. And then we've got one of these things, just because the Japanese cars, they always get a load of water. The seals are great, not great, so you get water, so just keep one of these here, just in case. Traps all the moisture. So we found a few extra bits. We've got a golf club. I assume this is a kind of membership card sort of thing. Obviously, I can't read that. I have no idea what it means, any of that. But the telephone number there, probably, I assume this isn't valid anymore. And then we go, I don't know what that is. And we found, I assume this is some form of car park ticket, something like that. But that's what we found under the centre console there. So we've taken all this up and realised that I think I can actually get this whole carpet out, because it doesn't wrap underneath there. Well, and then so to get the carpet out, pop this panel off, which is pretty easy. And then you just have to pop it out of these clips just here, which is probably easier two-handed. Oh, there's one missing there that needs to be put back in. Let's see, pretty easy, he says. I've got to undo these two things here, and we should be able to just pull this side out, and just got to do the other side. Like I said, on this side, just put your hands underneath it, pop it up, obviously try not to break it. Oh, there we go. Now we've just got this in here. Got to take off that little thing there, and then there should be a screw behind there, and that can take off the dead pedal, and then the carpet should just slide right out. So it turns out I was wrong. There aren't screws under there. They are the screws. That was a ball ache to get out. But I'm thinking now we should be in a position we can pull all of this down, come from under there. Well, the carpet is a bit stuck. I think just all the old juices. one carpet removed, and then so we look underneath here. What have we got? We got some 10Ps, screws, electrical tape, some padding, but I don't know where that padding's for. A really thick amp wire, which is great. I don't know what's behind that. It's just a footrest, I expect, but I might be wrong. What have we got on the opposite side? We have a cigarette. Japanese cigarette? What is it? Mild 7. Never heard of it. And I used to smoke. So that looks a bit iffy. We have some form of switch here. I don't know what this is for. Ejectocito cars. 6 out of it, bro. And we've got some more money, some more screws. So this is our carpet in the garden. So if we're going to try and hoover this clean and then dry it. Don't know how well this is going to go. So we got some Demon Shine fabric cleaner, but I'll be honest, I don't know how good it's gonna be, but I don't think it massively matters too much about how clean this is because it's just dyeing it, but we'll give it a go. So let's give it a go. And then we get our drill attachment and our drill, lock it off, and it works. Probably got a damp cloth first. We've got a bucket of water. Oh, which I just sprayed myself in. Dip the old cloth in. So this is by no means instruction on how to do this. By no means whatsoever. Just follow the instructions on the bottle. One thing I will say is it does smell very nice. It's very nice smell. So if anything, all I get is it's a nice smelling carpet, even if it doesn't clean it. To be fair, the water that's coming out of that, kind of dirty. Let's give it a few more sprays. Let's go again. So I can't tell if it actually looks better. See, there are still some stain in the carpet, but it's not too bad at all. So if you're ever going to use Carplan Beam Fabric Cleaner, it doesn't do a horrendous job. Not perfect, but not horrendous. End of the day, I guess it's chemicals, so I guess it all works. I'm being attacked by a bug. This is what you get out of the carpets that are 30 odd years old. I'm going to empty this now, just so you can see the state of what's come out of it. It's bad. Look at the colour of that. Oh dear. And then just look at all the silt and stuff that's on the bottom. Some crazy stuff. So there's still stains like the rust stains and stuff, but in comparison, you can see I tried a lot more in this area. It looks a lot better. It's quite impressive. Now it's time to let that sit and dry.
Many hours later.
The carpet is dry, and this is the stuff we've got. Midnight Carpet Dye restores a new appearance to carpets, mats, and tyres. Interesting. Didn't expect tyres to be on there. So we've poured some out into a container. I'm going to use that kind of brush. I'll be honest, probably not the best brush for this, but hopefully it works like we want. So let's give it a go. As you can see, we've done half. That's the difference without my shadow. 1,000 times better, honestly. That looks so much better. So we're not going to carry on doing the rest. Let it dry, put it back in the car. So it looks brand new. It just gives it a new lease of life. Let's take these out. It's decent, really decent. Can't really see behind there, but it just looks so much cleaner in there and tidy with black carpet. So to answer the question of is it worth dyeing your carpets, removing them, cleaning them, dyeing them, 100%. Just look how fresh the interior looks. The carpet looks brand new from this. So if you're going to do it, definitely recommend it.